yourself lost in the dark and you can't see. I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of. We are called to help you. You can't count on me. Not 1, 2, 3. I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you. 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do. Oh yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever really need to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of. We are called to help you. You can't count on me. Like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need on you. Like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do. Oh yeah. Always have let go, never say goodbye. Can't count on me. Like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there.
Everybody, and very strange we're not meeting in the hall yet again, and we've got a slightly different assembly this week. Over the last 2 weeks you've been bringing in lots of food parcels, and I've seen tinned fruit and pasta and cereal being donated as part of our harvest celebration. And of course you've all been bringing in to support the East Yorkshire Food Bank, and from the East Yorkshire Food Bank we have Mandy. So Mandy's come along just to tell us a little bit about the food bank and how your kind donations will go helping other people. So Mandy, I'll pass over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hill. Yes, I'd like to say first of all, thank you so much for your generosity. The amount of food that you as a school have collected to help those in need is stupendous. And you've got exactly the right things that we can keep just for a little while to pack up in the boxes that we send out to help those in need. I thought one figure that you might find interesting is that since the 1st of April, so that's in 6 months, we've fed 2,000 children in the East Riding. It's a phenomenal figure and it's quite sad, but we're, with your help, doing great stuff to help those people. So the message I want to give to you is thank you. I want to thank you for your food, which is going to help those other children and their parents and their grandparents, and sometimes their dogs and cats as well. But I'm saying that what you give as well as your food is you give that really lovely feeling you get when somebody invites you to share their packet of crisps or sweets, or they invite you to join in their game in the playground or at home. It's the feeling of being recognised and valued, as well as the actual food. So big thank you from us, Howden Juniors.
Thank you, Mandy. And we very often talk about being about our community and being part of Team Howden Juniors, and you've all shown that in abundance over the last 2 weeks. And I know you will continue. You're not only helping within our school community, but across East Yorkshire. So, well done to each and every one of you who helped support that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put on a video to our very own Reverend Lynn, who has recorded a bit of a message for you.
Hello, some of you know who I'm Lynn. And about this time of year, harvest time, I enjoy coming into schools and talking to children about the seasons, but it's been a funny year this year, hasn't it? But one thing that does not change is the harvest time and the other seasons and the crops that the farmers bring in. So I'd like to tell you a story for me that's one of my very favourites, and it's called The Enormous Turnip. One rosy pink morning, a farmer whistled his way to work. It was time to pick some turnips. You'll do nicely, he said to that big one. The farmer grabbed the turnip sleeves in both hands and he heaved with all his might. But the turnip didn't budge. Oh, I'd better give him a hand, said the farmer's wife. She hugged the farmer, he grabbed the turnip, and they both tugged and tugged. Jack was watching from an apple tree. Come and help, called his father. Jack dashed across the field. He took hold of his mother's skirt. His mother hugged the farmer grabbed the turnip, and they all tugged and tugged, but the turnip didn't budge. Woof, barked the farmer's dog, and the dog yanked Jack's shirt. Jack gripped his mother's skirt. She hugged the farmer. He grabbed the turnip, and everybody heaved, but still the turnip didn't budge. All of a sudden, a cat bit the dog's tail. The dog ripped Jack's shirt. Jack tore his mother's skirt. She let go of the farmer, and they all tumbled onto the ground. We'll try just one last time. Just then, a little robin flew by. And he's the interesting one, the little robin. The robin pecked the cat's tail. The cat bit the dog's tail. The dog yanked at Jack's shirt, and Jack gripped his mother's skirt, and she hugged the farmer. He grabbed the turnip, and everybody heaved. Slowly, very slowly, the turnip began to move. Oh, it's big. It's huge. It's enormous. At long last, as the sun slipped out of sight, the turnip popped out of the ground. Everyone slept well that night. Well, they would do, they'd be exhausted. The following day, Jack and his mother chopped up the turnip. They had turnip soup for lunch, and turnip soup for supper, and turnip soup for breakfast. Look at all the turnip jam. And they had it every day for a month. Next year, said the farmer, I'm growing carrots. You remember the little robin in the picture? It was the little tiny robin that made the difference to them being able to pull out the turnip out of the ground. So however small and tiny you think you are, you might be that one person in your school or on your team or in your family that can make a massive difference to everybody's effort. And I wonder if you'd all be little robins. Because it's harvest time, we're hoping, the churches in the Houghton team are hoping to ask children from school during the holiday, half-term holiday, to take a tin or some dried food and leave it in a collection point in your village. And you will be getting information of where to put it. And when the week is over, it will all be collected in and it will all be taken to the food bank in Goole for people who don't have enough to eat, despite the wonderful harvest that we have. And you know what? You little robins might make a massive difference in somebody's life. See you later.